I don't know, 24 hours into Tears of the Kingdom and still learning things. One thing I learned recently is that Link apparently is being held up by many people as a bit of a trans icon or a non-binary icon. And I found out about this because apparently recently some people at Fox News found out about this and they're not as happy about it as I am. They put up this article called "Male Protagonist in Legend of Zelda Hailed as Non-Binary Trans Icon by Media and Gamer." I love that they couldn't just say protagonist in Legend of Zelda. They have to declare it's a male cartoon, damn it. So anyway, they go on, so this Gizmodo has a great, but if you're not familiar with Gizmodo, they do good journalism around games and tech. They have an article talking about this experience because they actually talked to non-binary, queer, and trans people. Fox is just attacking them, but Gizmodo says Link has been described by many trans people as an egg cracker, someone or something who makes people realize they're transgender. It's a moment of awakening where little pieces of a person's experience fit into place. Link's appearance, mannerisms, and even his embodiment of positive masculine traits all create a space where people can inhabit those parts of the character, creating moments of realization in their own lives outside of Hyrule. And by the way, so other people have been sort of picking up this story. And PBS NewsHour, they put up an Instagram post about how the character of Link defies traditional gender roles. And in particular, this guy, John Brown on Fox Business, was not happy about this post. So he points out that many users have pushed back against any attempt to make a children's video game about gender identity. Now hold up and pump the brakes a little bit. Are there children who will play Tears of the Kingdom? Sure. This isn't the 80s where you can just say video games are for kids, so how dare they do this? The vast majority of people who are playing Tears of the Kingdom are 40 plus years old, or give or take a decade. Yeah. They're not kiddos at this point.
They played the original Zelda. They played the OG Zelda.
Or Zelda 2, as I did. Anyway,
go ahead.
Continue. I'll continue.
No, I was just gonna say that, I mean, like, we're at a point also where if a character in a fictional game is not manly, in quotation marks, enough, has big enough muscles, the right is freaking out about the bad role model that's setting. Like, Link's always been a little bit more sensitive. Link's always been dope. Link's always been an answer to the toxic masculinity. And it's cool that some folks are like, yeah, maybe Link is non-binary. And I like that Link doesn't fit these sort of traditional BS stereotypes. And it's not like what I used to play was like Contra, which is like big dudes in muscles probably working for the deep state, overthrowing a government. That on first Nintendo. I would always die and then my brother would play forever. That's my role as a little sister.
That's definitely, yeah, I could see it. Like, first of all, Link doesn't talk. It's one of the big characteristics of him. He's not like pushy. He doesn't force himself on you like really aggressive. He's just trying to like do the right thing and help out Zelda, and he puts on fancy elf clothes and stuff like that. I mean, that's pretty much it. The idea that people would have an issue with that is so weird to me. And so Fox is picking up that some people, like in the replies to the PBS NewsHour Instagram post, are like, why are people like making this political? First of all, they're not making it political. They're just saying what their experience is. Why is it that their experience of thinking that he's kind of non-conforming is political, but your experience of not thinking that is not political? That's just your life. Why is that? Stop and think about that actually for a second. But anyway, the interesting thing that I learned is that E.G. Oonuma, I apologize for what I just did to that name, longtime Zelda producer, apparently told Time Magazine back in 2016 that he wanted Link to be a gender neutral character, but that Link is unfortunately technically male. Back during the Ocarina of Time days, I wanted Link to be gender neutral. Maybe Link is a boy or girl. If you saw Link as a guy, he'd have more of a feminine touch, or vice versa. If you related to Link as a girl, it was with more of a masculine approach. And what's wrong with that? Just from a business sense, that would appeal to a lot of people. Anyway, to, I guess, make their audience feel better about the fact that like stuff that's not as inviting to the trans community can still do well. They end that article on Fox by saying the popular Harry Potter video game Hogwarts Legacy, which was released earlier this year, drew backlash because of allegedly anti-trans comments made by Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling. Not allegedly, they're anti-trans, whatever. The game managed to become the best-selling single-player game on streaming site Twitch, despite the controversy, which is either a really awkward way of saying that people still liked it, to say that it they're implying that it's sold on Twitch. Twitch briefly sold video games 5 years ago. They have not done that in a very long time. And the only reason I point this out is to remind you that this guy, John Brown, writing on Fox Business, doesn't know a damn thing about video games, but he has to comment on it because, oh no, the trans people are happy. I gotta take them down a peg or two. That's all this is about. Anyway,
Again, the reach is just like, that's how you know they're gaslighting you, right? When they're just, they're producing primetime segments on this stuff.
Yeah.
It's very sad, guys.
100%.
Viva Link.
Anyway, Viva
and
Link.
all of your glory.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.